All right, all right. I want to welcome everybody. My name is Wesley Anderson, president of Houston, Texas. And first, second, and third, I want to thank everybody for all the thoughts and prayers sent. And you know, people talk about different things on what helps during a disaster. And we're just this last week has been unreal, and they've been very much appreciated. I've been completely out of pocket for the last week, so I apologize. I don't apologize, but you know what I mean. I'm very grateful that I'm able to be out of pocket. But I appreciate that nobody's kind of given me heck over it. So today I wanted to just talk about some of the kind of lessons learned going through this experience. And it's been really tough. I almost feel guilty because I'm okay, right? Nothing bad happened to me. I live in a higher elevation place. But it was just amazing kind of everything that happened all around me. And so I'm very, very grateful, but you almost feel guilty that you escape unscathed. It's kind of weird. It's a weird feeling. But you come out I feel like you come out a better person, a tougher person if you're active and proactive in doing things. And so thank you guys again for all the thoughts and prayers coming from you guys. I know for a fact that it's made a big difference. But guys, really, I wanted to talk to you guys about a few different lessons, like I said, and the value of having residual income in a situation like this. And you know, I love our profession. I love residual income. I love this company, but this has given me a different perspective and conviction on what I've done, what we've done, and what I feel like we really need to do. Because if you don't have a 5-figure residual income, I think that you're insane. Okay, and what I mean by that is if you don't have some kind of passive income in addition to whatever work or job that you have, then I think it's something that you really need to consider, especially after what I've seen this week. So whatever path that you're on, just kind of listen to me for a little while and think about it, because I'm assuming most are not in a dire situation right now. Because when you get to a dire situation, like so many people in Houston are right now, it's too late, okay? And it's very hard to start something when you're in a crisis mode. You just try to survive. So just really consider that right now, because, I mean, 40,000 people in Houston, their homes are destroyed. That's not even talking about Port Arthur and Beaumont, which happened last night, all right? That's not even talking about the actual hurricane where it hit. So you're talking about 40,000 different homes are absolutely destroyed at least. All kinds of businesses have been destroyed, right? What happens when business is destroyed? It's not their fault, but what happens then? People don't have a job anymore. And normally, you know, the people that are affected typically most in the beginning are hourly employees, not when a business is destroyed. Salary employees, if a business can't open, it can't pay you, all right? And this isn't something that, this isn't a, you know, the flooding has subsided here and the water's gone down, but this is just the beginning over the next few months of what the bad that's going to happen. All right. And I feel so bad for so many people. And it's not because they're bad people. It's just, it happens. Okay. And so do you want to depend on, most of these people are going to have to depend on the government, all right, for assistance. And I love our country. I'm very grateful, but I don't want to have to depend on the government for any kind of assistance, because even if it's well-meaning, you're talking about months to years to get that real assistance. All right, there are still people from the flood 2 years ago that are waiting for the FEMA grant that they were approved on to get their houses put up on stilts. Now they're out again, so 2 years. All right, so you're talking about that kind of devastation. And it's just people are in shock right now. And what's going to happen over the next few months is that you're going to create a new set of poverty and a new set of areas where people are in desperation mode, right? Because they don't have jobs, because they don't have food. And I mean, what's that going to create? Good people doing crazy things just to survive. So it's going to be very interesting. And so my point in saying that is, guys, that could happen to anybody. All right. Yeah, we knew that rain was coming, but nobody knew that the storm of the world would ever hit the United States like that. All right. We knew it would be bad, but you just never know how bad it's going to be. So I just urge you guys that are on the team, again, please do not share this with any prospects. This is just for people that have already made a decision. To take a look at your business right now. Think about what could happen, because it could happen to anybody. And do you have a game plan? Are you in motion to have a strong 5-figure income in place to where something like this happened, you wouldn't be dependent on the government? All right. Now that means platinum for our company. All right, platinum is gonna, if you're in platinum consistently, that's a $50,000. I don't care. You may be used to a great life. $50,000 can put you somewhere with your family somewhere else for a while, and you'll be okay. All right, so that's something that I want you guys to consider moving forward, because the next few months here are just going to be awful for people, and I feel so terrible. So some of the things that I've kind of gained, like I said, I need to check out my notes. We'll do this in a PowerPoint, be a little more refined over time. Is like I said, start now in your game while you can, because it's very hard to do stuff like this in desperation mode, because once the disaster hits, all rules are off. Okay, something like that, all rules are off. So, you know, the current, what comes to mind is your current outlook determines your long-term outcome. All right, and this is true for business, and this is true for life, and this was true for that disaster that just happened. Okay, so people kind of had two choices as I've been watching, and if I say anything that is insensitive or anything like that, hopefully you guys know me, that that's not who I am. It's just me putting my notes together. I've been out volunteering every single day, just being around people, and it's broken my heart just to see what's happened. So please know if I say anything insensitive, it's not intended. I'm just trying to give some lessons. So two different outcomes, all right? When something crazy is coming at you, there's two different choices. You see the current issue at hand and become paralyzed by focusing solely on the fear, or you recognize the issue, the fear, you step back for a second, take perspective, and analyze the situation and solutions. So that was so true for so many people in the storm, that they were paralyzed by what was happening. The flooding was happening right there, all right? And that fear paralyzed them. Whereas instead of going, hey, this is an outcome that I can't control, this flooding right now, all right, let me step back and see what I can do. All right, what are the outcomes? What is the long term here that's going to help me be prosperous and live better? All right, so it goes back to business as well. All right, do I see the current issues with a company that are really small term? Okay, am I focusing on that fear that right now, and solely so focused on it that I've lost perspective on the long term and what could be great? Okay, so am I focusing on that, or am I actually stepping back and going, okay, yes, I acknowledge that there are issues here, I'm analyzing that. All right, what are the solutions for the long term? Let's keep perspective. Okay, so those are the two different, the solution perspective. We're entrepreneurs, all right? You focus on fear, or do you focus on the solution? All right, and that's how I saw that so much this week on people stepping back and analyzing the solution and surviving because of it. All right, it's absolutely amazing. So two options from there, right? You wait for rescue, or you be proactive to better the odds of your rescue. Okay, and that was kind of just that happened all over the city. And again, I God bless all of those that didn't make it, and that's no reason of their own. But there were different types of people that did different things. Right, so you wait for your rescue and hope that you get lucky and someone finds you. All right, and then there were those that said, okay, wait, step back, analyze what's going on. What can I do to be proactive and make sure that I am rescued? All right, so you got to see the power of social media this week. People were putting all over, hey, this is where I am. I had 2 friends airlifted because they posted on social media, I am here. I'm going to go up to my roof right now. I'm going to be waving a flag. All right, they were proactive. And you know what? They were able to get out easier than those that were just sitting around hoping someone would come save them. Okay, so there was that kind of stuff. So it's just there's so much like that in business, especially in network marketing. And again, I like I told you, I'll clean this up and have it be a little more flowing when I have some PowerPoints and that kind of stuff. But people get started in business, right? And they're hoping that their sponsor is gonna save them. All right, their situation. I signed up. I hope I get lucky and hit the lottery. Okay, I hope I sign up the one person that takes me to the top. Okay, that's the same thing that you sign up, and that's like waiting to be rescued without being proactive. Okay, you're hoping that it happens, and if it doesn't, guess what? It's the rescuer's fault. It's your sponsor's fault. All right, as opposed to the person that said, hey, I was proactive, I was saved that way because I gave myself a better chance. All right, you don't have to be great at this business yet. You don't have to be perfect. All right, but think about it from that standpoint. So when someone signs up, if they were proactive, they start following the system, they start sending out videos, they take a step, guess what they do? They show their sponsor or their upline who's rocking and rolling that they're serious. They are able to come and try to help more. Okay, they put themselves in a better situation. I love this, take a step, I'll take a step. There were so many people, the most horrifying video on the news, the one like where the boats were in there for the whole night, all right, that scene that'll be forever ingrained in your minds. Most of those people were saved because they had to make a decision. And I like the best example I could use for this was, well, they had to make a decision to get to a place where they could be saved. All right, if they would have waited, and some did, they didn't make it. So they made a decision to get to an island place. They had to jump, they had to go for it, and that's where all those rescue boaters were able to get them. Okay, so when you make a decision to be proactive and go forward, you give yourself a better chance. Okay, and you show people that you're willing to do it. That doesn't mean the people that didn't, they're bad people. So again, like I said, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but you give yourself, if you're proactive, you give yourself a better chance. When you start doing the things that will make you successful, you have a better chance of being successful. All right, one of the best things, the volunteering was the same thing. Okay, do you sit around and wait, or do you go out and do something? I signed up for the Red Cross volunteering the first night that it happened. I still have not heard back from them. That doesn't mean I'm saying bad Red Cross. They're just so inundated. Whereas people are saying, I want to do something, I want to do something. Well, if you're waiting, then guess what happens? You're still waiting. And does that make you a bad person? No. But did it improve your life? Right? No. One of the best examples was one of the judges got on here, and I loved it because there was so much, I don't want to say the wrong word, but get rid of the bureaucratic garbage, like be human. And one of the judges got on here and he said, I don't really care. I know that those of you that are out there, you're supposed to register if you have a boat. You're supposed to register with Red Cross if that way we get through the bureaucratic, so it's safety if you want to go save anybody. That's what you're supposed to do. He goes, I want to tell you that today, that ask for permission later. All right, go do the right thing. Hold on a second. So it was just like there were so many good people. Oh, sorry. That's not supposed to happen. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. So there were so many good people, and that judge was just awesome this week. So that's why it got me a little bit. He said, ask for permission later, or ask for forgiveness later, excuse me. Go out and do the right thing. Go out and it's just kind of the same thing as, you know what, if you're not sure whether to do it or not, go out and push, do the right thing, work harder. You can ask for forgiveness later. And because he did that, there were people out in boats, just out there saving people left and right. We weren't out there, and it was just unbelievable what happened. Whereas if you would have sat around and waited, if they would have waited for permission to do the right thing, look at all the lives that would have been cost. So that's not a real fair equivalent to do for business, but do think about that for you. All right, if you're sitting around waiting for permission, if you're sitting around waiting to get lucky in this business, if you're sitting around waiting, you might get lucky, all right? But guess what? If you go out there and you just say, you know what, I'll ask for forgiveness later, I'm going to kick butt, whether my sponsor does this or not, that's when your life changes, okay? That's when your life changes. Then what happens is you start to change other people's lives. Because coming through all of this, there's going to be, like I said, it's going to be nasty for a while. And there's two types of people that come out of this. It's the victim, okay? Or it's the person that becomes an amazing success story. Now, everybody's going to, if you've had challenges in your life, all right, that's real. And it takes time. You know what? Sometimes it takes time just to mourn it a little bit. That's going to happen here. So you can either let those challenges with what's happened in your life, whether it be financially or whatever it is, to hold you back. And you can be a victim. Or you can say, you know what? That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Now it's time to be a success story. Now it's time to go out there. Guys, we have tools right here that these people that were coming out, that we pulled out of the boats. I took a young couple over to the Kroger to meet friends, and they had their 2 dogs and 2 cats. And I didn't even know what to say. I just said to them, "Are you guys okay?" And they just said, "We lost everything." And the lady goes, "My business is underwater. We don't have anything." And I didn't say anything, of course. I just said, how can I help? And took them where they needed to be and made sure that was there. But all I could think of is they have each other still, obviously. But what if they had a plan B in place? And like I said, I wouldn't say anything like that now or talk about that for prospects right now. But what if they had a plan B in place, that they started creating a residual income? Doesn't mean just with World, whatever it is. What if they had a plan B in place where they had $50,000, $60,000 a year coming in, all right, to where they weren't lost, they didn't lose everything, all right? What if that's what was the case? And that's what you have the opportunity right now, guys, to be able to do. I'll tell you that my business grew in this last week. I was able to volunteer without worrying, okay? I was able to go out and do all kinds of things. I was able to go to different stores and buy things for different people without worrying, okay? I was able to do all kinds of stuff, not because I'm better than anybody out there, because I decided a while back to create a residual income and get to work and you're able to do something like that. All right. So I'm sorry that I was all over the place. I just literally just put this together this afternoon because Teresa and I were talking this morning, and I was like, we have training tonight. I'm sorry, my head's been out of it. And she goes, I have a baby shower or something to go to tonight. And I was like, okay, let me see if I can put something together. I said, I've learned so much this last week. So I promise to you guys that I will put this together in a PowerPoint. But there's so many lessons to be learned. And guys, if a disaster could happen to any one of us, all right? And if you take that seriously, I think it'll take your business to the next level. If you'll start putting business things into effect, knowing that what if something happens, all of a sudden I have a nest egg, all right? I've got 5-6 figures coming in. And then think about how many people that you need to go out there and rescue, okay? Think about the people that you need to go out there and help. Show them what we have here, all right? The economy is changing. Times are changing. The time for the entrepreneur is coming back. It's been gone for a long time. Traditional security is no longer there. The time for the entrepreneur is coming back. You've got a magnificent vehicle to not only help you and your family, but to be able to go out there and impact some lives. So when their bad disaster happens, you've made an impact on them. Okay, so that's kind of all I had. And like I said, I will put that together and make it better. But my wish for you tonight, number one, my first thing is thank you for all your thoughts and prayers. It's meant a lot. And I know some people are like, thoughts and prayers don't matter. They absolutely 1,000 quadrillion% matter. And it helps everybody. It helps with your state of being, how you're feeling. It makes you want to go out and help people more and more and more. So I want to thank you guys. I have the best team in the entire freaking world. And my goal is I have such more, from this experience, I have such a bigger conviction of this company and what we have. I want to do everything I can to help every single one of you in case something bad happens. All right. And so that's me. And with that being said, before I kind of lose it again, I'm going to go ahead and end this.
Hey, Wes.
Yeah.
It's Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
Hi, can I just say something really quick?
Absolutely.
I just want to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for even showing up tonight. And maybe another lesson would be to just always show up no matter what. Show up. Just show up. Thank you for taking the time to do this. I feel blessed to call you my leader. You're an amazing guy, and there are so many lessons in what you said. And I feel so fortunate to be a part of such a magnanimous team.
Show up. Always.
And to be partnered with you, and thank God that you are alive and you're doing well and that you were able to go out and help so many people. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for everybody tonight for showing up and supporting Wes. We're going to do amazing things, and we're just getting started. So thanks a lot, Wes.
Thank you, Margaret. I appreciate it.
Wesley, it's Claudia.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to tell you that I was in the Northridge earthquake. I was in the epicenter. I felt powerless, but yet I was very powerful. And you were there at the right time for the right reason. So I know God put you in there for the right place, and I cannot ask for a better leader. So thank you. We love you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Well, God bless all of you guys. And Mary and Dick, hold on. Unmute. Hold on. Oh, go ahead.
Wesley, I want to echo all of that. And sitting up here feeling, we're dreading winter, and I'm thinking a blizzard doesn't look so bad compared to what, happens in other places. But today I just made the commitment, I did donating to a couple of organizations that are dear to my heart. Animal rescue, that's huge. And I know that's big for you, Wesley. So to get, the Houston ASPCA, and also go to local Red Cross, give blood. If you can't give money, give blood, because they're going to need it down there, because they're not going to have the donors that they normally have. So it's, these are things that we can do when we feel like we're, helpless. So, but thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. You guys are all awesome. I consider you family. So let's continue to make a big difference. And so yeah. So thank you, guys. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end this, but we will. I know we're gonna do an op meeting Saturday. I'll let you guys know what time. I'll get that out in the Facebook page. And then next week we'll be doing a training, and we're gonna have special guests. They don't know this yet, but Russ McCann and Margaret McGrath training next Thursday. So they are both magnificent trainers, and I can't wait for you guys to see them. That's the value of this team as we grow, is that how many awesome leaders that we have, and just that's what's so cool, the friendships you make. And so that being said, I'm gonna end this and sign off. Good night, guys. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.
Good job, Wes.
Thank you.